I have a bachelor's of science in forensic science. I mean, hey, sometimes life just throws you curveballs. It look, I want now I want to get real with you. That doesn't mean you failed, May. Like I struggle with this a lot. I know like I studied to be a hairdresser and I was a hairdresser for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, I can't remember. And then I was like this I can't do this anymore. It was too much pressure on me. I know it probably sounds funny, but it was too much pressure on me because I wanted people to look absolutely beautiful and I wanted them to be so happy with what I did. And it was just too much. Too much. It was too much. And I stopped. And I was like, for a whole year, I felt like I failed. I felt like the most failed person ever. I was so depressed, so sad, so scared of what people was going to think when I just couldn't handle it. Like, how could other people handle it and I couldn't, you know? And I struggled with these thoughts for a very long time. This was many, many years ago, by the way. This was like 10 years ago. And now, after going through that, I'm just like, I have the most, how do you say this? There's a way that society, like society is built in a certain way. You should work 40 hours a week. You should save money for your pension and for your house. And you should have a house already, actually. And you should work out 3 times a week at least. You should have good relationship with your family, good relationship with friends, put away time for them, maybe even have kids. And it's so stressful to live in this cutout, you know? And I just did the opposite. I work a part-time job. I mean, I have an apartment. And then half of that time I'm streaming, which is very unconventional. Unconventional? Is that the word I want to use here? Not the norm. Let's just say it's not the norm. And I love it. I love it that I'm not the norm. I'm doing it my way and I'm so happy and I feel like I have cracked the code to happiness. You know? Like I'm telling people all the time like you don't have to work 40-hour jobs. If you're okay with earning a little bit less, it's okay not wanting to, you know, work 40 hours. I work 20. That's enough. Don't even get me started. This is something I've spent quite a while debating as a philosopher. You're a philosopher? Oop-chan. I think I like this little life. Literally. Crack for happiness. I didn't listen. I mean, it works for some people, but I wouldn't suggest it. But yeah, I think if you're just happy with your everyday, like you wake up, like I love having the simple life. I love it. I don't know why. Like we are just taught that we need to strive even higher and even further, and we need to be even better, and we need to reach insane heights of our careers. And then so many people are miserable and unhappy. Sorry, this is like, ooh, this is where I get real, I don't know, passionate. I get really passionate when I talk about this. Because I don't have like this insane will or what means drive to have like a massive career and earn like a shit ton of money and stuff because it doesn't make me happy. Like I want to have time for my hobbies. This is one of my hobbies. Streaming is like my passion and I want to have time for that. So I decided I'm going to work part-time and the rest of that time I will stream. And then I'm just like, if I earn like a little bit from streaming, perfect. I hate how strict my parents are at this topic. I feel pressured being good enough, and sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough thanks to their comments. Yeah, I mean, of course, your parents can do like, can be a big factor of how you feel in that sense. I'm very lucky, very happy to have parents that are just super supportive of anything I do. Like when I wanted to be a hairstylist, I told my mom I had to pay for my own education, by the way, and it was like 20,000 euros. So it's pretty expensive. And my mom was like, if you are 100% sure this is what you want to do, then we do it. And then they helped me. Yeah, 20K. 20K. I'm still paying that back, baby. Every month, still paying it off. I've been paying it off since, what, 10 years now? Still have a long way to go. But I was really happy about my decision. I'm still happy about the decision, even if I'm not doing it anymore. But I was struggling with the thoughts of like, I'm a failure. I paid so much money for my education and now I'm not doing it. And that's okay. There is no way, chat. There is no way that you can know what a job is going to be like before you've done it. There's no way you can know. You can have like the biggest dreams of like, I want to be this. For instance, I wanted to be a full-time streamer. I thought that is the coolest thing ever. That's going to be so chill. And what did it make me? Depressed. I didn't like it. And then I was like, instead of thinking like, shit, I can't go back now. That's going to look bad. People are going to look at me like a failure. I was just like, well, this didn't make me happy. I better change that. And then I did. Like, it's that easy. It's that easy. Strength is not staying in a job that you decided that you wanted to do and like push it through. Strength is realizing it's not for you. That's actual strength. You know how difficult it is to not go the route that you plan to do in the first place and have this feeling of everyone is going to judge you or you feel like you failed. That is so strong to come to that realization that you don't want to do it anymore. Like, that is strength to me, realizing that you want to take a different route. It's totally fine. You can change your route a million times in life. You can start one route, be like, nah, wasn't for me. Like, how are you going to know? How are you possibly going to know, especially as a teen, that like, oh, I want to be, I don't know, a policeman. And then you like go to a police academy or whatever. And then you're like, holy shit, this is not for me. And then you change. Or sometimes the education for something is completely different what it's like on the field. And that's also okay. It's okay to go through a whole education and think that it's going to be a certain way and then come to the job and be like, oh my goodness, this is not at all what I wanted. I don't like it. It's totally okay. You don't fail because you realize this. You just realize, I took a path that I didn't know what was behind that door, maybe, you know? I needed to hear this. I get very passionate when it comes to this because I myself have struggled with all of these feelings and all of these thoughts and overcame them many years ago. And it just helps me in the way I think about things. It really helps. And no one, and I mean no one, not even your parents, they're not living your life. You are living your life. Like, don't let them. Like, I understand that it can be a lot of pressure from your parents, but they are not living your life. They think they know what's best for you. They think they know better than you, but only you can know. And the best thing you can do is just follow your gut. I say that all the time. I don't listen to my brain. Your brain will tell you that quitting whatever you're doing is not good because then it's shameful and then people are going to look at you a certain way, or like, you worked so hard for this would be this and that. But your heart, the truest form of your feelings, is telling you, oh my God, I don't like this. Like, it's not even trying to like complicate things. It's literally just telling you, I don't feel good doing this. I think it's really important to separate your brain and your heart and really try to like, where do these thoughts come from? Thoughts is something different, but a feeling, you can't argue with that. If my gut feeling says, oh my goodness, I really don't want to do this, then I know that that's not what I want to do. It doesn't matter how often I rationalize it in my head, because my brain is just going to tell me what I should be thinking, what I should be doing. Okay, this turned into a very deep topic. I didn't mean for that. Hi, good morning. Yeah. Important to remember that your parents are living their lives for the first time too. They don't. Exactly. And it could be that they are telling you what you should do because their parents did that. Or their parents maybe didn't do that. I don't know. I think it's just really important, even though they're your parents, you need to like cut that tie. not the tie. Imagine you're like connected to your family with like these little red strings, and them trying to tell you what to do all the time is them pulling that string like they want to, like kind of like a puppet. And at some point you just have to like cut that string. Doesn't mean you cut ties with them. It just cut that, like they are not controlling you. You want to do your own things. You want to live your life. You want to be happy. I'm probably okay. I apologize if I'm like not very good at speaking or like not very good at explaining things, or if it's sometimes like I have these images in my head and the things that I want to convey and say, and it doesn't always come out the way I wish. I hope you understand what I mean. I just quitted studying to take another path, and it makes me really sad, though I'm also relieved at the same time to have realized I should have done it way earlier. Exactly! See, that's the thing! Don't you just wish you did that earlier? Like, if you have this gut feeling, like okay, I really want you to take Monsi as a good example. If you started studying something, and you felt early on, oh my god, this is not for me. Yes, you could push through. Maybe that's what strength looks like to you. Oh, I'm so strong. I'm pushing through even though I don't like this. But you know, strength is realizing it is not for you, and it's okay to quit, and it's okay to take a different path or a different course. And the earlier you do it, the better. Like you're just wasting years, wasting possibly money. I've missed a good job opportunity because they set it up behind my back, and when I got contacted about it from the company, I refused out of stubbornness. Hi, dude! Dude! Hi, Shisa! Sorry, we're having... we started like a really deep topic. Are we talking about jobs? We were talking about... I don't even know how we came... Oh, we came... It was because of May. It was because of May's room. Yeah, we were talking about jobs. Because we... Yeah, we talked about like what you study, and then when you don't end up like working with what you're studying. No, it's not your fault. I actually love that you brought it up. Because I think a lot of people needs to hear this. I think a lot of people, and it's so simple. Like it makes sense, right? When I say it, doesn't it make total sense? It feels scary, but it makes sense. Like why stick with something that makes you unhappy when you can just change your course and be happy? Doesn't mean you might be... I mean, next path might also be wrong, and the next 5 after that. How can you know? You've never walked that path before. There's no way in hell that you can know in advance that that is going to be the right path for you. That's why, like, when you see it like this instead, when you decide what kind of thing you want to study, what kind of job you want to do, you're trying it for the first time. If you go in with that mindset, okay, I'm trying this for the first time, and if I don't like it, it's okay. I will just change. That's fine. Hi, Kuzid. I just stumble upon here and you're spitting facts already. I mean, this is just how I live life. This is how I live my life. And it brought me a lot of happiness because I'm being true to myself. I'm doing the things that I feel like I want to do, and not because I have to do them.